So Ford F100 World, is Craig from CraigerCoClassic here. Out here in Bourbon, Missouri. It's kind of near St. Louis, about an hour out. I'm here at Gateway Classic Mustang. They're also Gateway Performance Suspension. Behind me is this 1969, done by the such company. That is a Luminator inside there, right?
Yes.
That's cool. I may or may not will be able to drive this. We'll see. We're gonna go get gas.
Beautiful truck, man. What year did you guys rebuild this?
We started on it, I don't know, it was like about a 4-year build because it's my truck, so it was nights and weekends, you know, and
Yeah.
you know, your stuff always gets pushed to the bottom.
Oh,
Right?
yeah. Yeah.
So
it's not your normal turnover.
right,
Saying, yeah.
right. So it's been done for 3 years. We debuted it at SEMA 3 years ago. It's been the last 2 years out there as well. Man, the thing just turned out way over the top from what I expected. You know, I mean,
You got into this because you saw the classic car world sort of switch to Ford trucks a little bit.
Honestly, I got into it because I just always wanted one of these and happened upon it.
Yeah.
And then as I was building it, I started seeing, man, these F100s are coming on strong, and there is no love for them. There's no aftermarket stuff. So
sort of a blessing in disguise.
Yeah, really. I mean, to be 100% honest, I give credit where credit's due. I saw the Crown Vic thing on Gas Monkey. I actually called Aaron and talked to him about it a little bit. He gave me a couple of pointers on what they do and what they don't do.
That's cool.
I
want to meet him, by the way.
Yeah, I've like I said, I got to talk to him a couple times on the phone. Seems like a really great guy. And then for the rear suspension, we just I took our 3-link off of our Mustang that works really super well.
Yeah.
And basically just retooled it. I used as much of the parts from the Mustang suspension as I could, and then just retrofit stuff to fit the truck. And what we found out is it works incredibly well on the truck because you've got that big long torque arm. These trucks are always light in the back.
Yep.
So with that torque arm, it's lifting technically, I mean, it's right at the tail shaft. We're lifting in the middle of the cab, or all the way to the vehicle is, right?
Yeah.
So this thing doesn't realize that it's light in the back end. I mean, we've had it on 3 or 4 road courses, and it just does absolutely phenomenal. And as you can see, I mean, it rides pretty freaking sweet, doesn't it?
Nice, man. I'm telling you.
I actually drove this thing this year. We were doing an event, and we had an issue with our trailer, so we had to take the trailer to Indiana and have it repaired. And so I ended up driving this truck from the shop up to Indiana on our way to Woodward for the Dream Cruise. And so like 6.5 hours I drove it up there, and I'm telling you, it was extremely comfortable. I had no issues, and of course it rained, you know. So
then you had to bring it back and detail it. Hey, so this is a, what do you guys call it, Illuminator?
Yeah, this is the 5.2 Illuminator. It's a hand-built engine. It's not a production engine. You're not going to find it in any car. It is not the Shelby engine.
No, yeah, that's
Shelby,
that's the Voodoo, right?
The Voodoo is the Shelby, and that is only in those cars. Ford Performance will never offer that.
And they call these Illuminators because they're all aluminum? Maybe the Voodoo isn't, or how does that work?
It's just, it's kind of their performance side of things. It's the Illuminator deal.
I didn't know if there was an aluminum reference or not.
I don't think so, because even the stock Coyote's got aluminum.
Okay.
You know, aluminum block.
Yeah,
so,
right.
But basically, yeah, it's just it's got a cross plane crank in it, not the flat plane crank. But it's 580 horse out of the box, so I mean, it's you know, it's got all the good stuff in it, and it's just a whole lot of fun to drive. I'm gonna splash a little gas in here so we don't run out, and then I'm gonna let you take it.
All right, I'm excited.
You know, I hated the idea of the fuel filler being back here, because when I originally built this truck, it wasn't supposed to be a show truck. It was supposed to be a truck to be used, right?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, if I got something in there, I don't want to have to try to lift it up and put fuel in, so we put a little fuel filler over here.
That's cool.
What's up, Classic Car World? It's CraigerCoClassic here. I'm hanging out with Lonnie Childress.
Absolutely.
And you're with who?
Gateway Classic Mustang and Gateway Performance Suspension.
And Gateway Performance Suspension is basically specializing in a lot of things, but one of them are F100, not just Crown Vic suspensions, but you guys got a certain kind of link in the back.
Yeah, we have
not a 4-link, but
it's a 3-link. The advantage of the 3-link is it's got a really long torque arm that basically mounts to the truck at the tail shaft of the transmission.
Oh wow. Yeah.
So when you take off, the pinion wants to roll upward. And basically, so we're transferring all the weight from the middle of the truck, where all the weight is, where all it lives,
light,
transferring it to the back tires. And the opposite thing is when you get on the brakes, the back end doesn't get light. It pulls the middle of the chassis down, forces all four wheels to stop more effectively.
That's cool, man. That's really awesome. Now, that worked great on the Mustangs?
Absolutely did.
They're a little tail happy, right?
They're a little bit tail happy. But yeah, it works fantastic.
Here.
Yeah,
Okay.
it works fantastic on the truck.
Dude, this truck drives great, man.
Thank you.
And this has basically, not necessarily probably the new things you're pumping out with the Crown Vic, but it's sort of the predecessor to what you guys have on your website, probably, with the Crown Vic front suspension.
Right. This one was, we weren't looking to go into production with parts.
Yeah.
I was just building this for myself, and as I started building it, we started watching the F100 world just starting to explode.
Yeah.
Not a lot of love out there for it, so we started developing our own parts.
How much horsepower is this thing?
It's rated at 580 out of the box, so
Oh wow,
we haven't had it dynoed yet.
that's awesome, man. Does she? I mean, I understand you have your 3-link in the back, but with what you got in the front, I mean, does it lose rear because you're running semi-road tires?
It really doesn't. Honestly, these
Straight or
are
left?
straight across. These are I got Michelin's all the way around it. We've been partners with BF Goodrich for like 17, 18 years now, and we ended up putting the Michelin brand on here. They're Sport Cup 2s. Same thing that's on the new Shelby.
So they
and
grip.
stuff. So they got a ton of grip.
And it can handle the rain. And,
Yeah.
That's cool.
I tell you what, there is nothing cooler than being on a road course with a bunch of Mustangs and guys coming up to you afterwards and saying, "Dude, I could not keep up with you."
You kicked my butt. Yeah, in a truck. And yet they're running like 2016, 18, freaking,
Exactly.
That's cool,
So,
man.
no, the thing handles awesome. I've had the president of Shelby drive the truck. He come out with a grin from ear to ear.
Yeah.
Jim Owens, who is basically in charge of all the Ford Performance products, so like the GT500, the GT350, the Raptors. Jim's in charge of those. And he drove the truck, and he got out just laughing his butt off, saying, "The truck is not supposed to do that."
I want this so bad. I want something just like it. That's awesome.
We actually there's a father and a son team that when we're in Tulsa, we do the event down there. And Nate is actually a pro road roads driver. He races.
Really?
He used to race for Roush. Now he races for Dean Martin in the Continental Tire Series. And his dad's a semi-pro road racer. Those guys both drove this truck, and actually they sent us their chassis to set up with our suspension. They liked it so much.
And they liked it, huh?
Yeah.
That's cool, man. This thing is handling great.
It sure doesn't ride like a 69 F100, I can tell you that.
I think it's how a truck should go now. I don't know. I got stock suspension on mine and I enjoy it. But this is enjoyable, possibly. I like this a lot. It's awesome.
Well, it's so fun to have a truck that can be, you can drive it on the road like this, but you can also go out on the track and have some fun with it.
This is great, man. This is a great representation of the products that you guys pump out. And I gotta say, I watched you guys do some of your work. I know that all of it was not really, it was raw and everything, but I could tell the welds were good, and I loved the final product. Do you powder coat everything, or do you send it raw?
No, the only thing that we send out raw is the Crown Vic installation kit, because you have to weld it in. But any of the rest of our kits are all bolt-in, so they all come powder coated, so you're ready to just bolt it in and go.
Wow, that's cool, man. To be honest with you, I'm having a hard time finding a fifth. I'm not used to, because reverse is there, so I'm like,
well, it's got a,
I know, but
it's got a lockout, so it can't
I know,
go
but
anywhere.
you're just trying to be careful when you're driving someone else's vehicle, man. This is great. Now, I asked you like 4 times. I don't remember if I asked you on camera. What you said? T56.
Yeah, Trinity T56
right?
6-speed. Yeah.
Hydraulic.
Hydraulic throw-out
It's
bearing.
really smooth. It's really smooth.
Yeah.
I really like this.
So we got bare brakes on all 4 corners.
Yeah,
We
I
got
saw that.
15-inch rotors with 6-piston calipers, so the thing stops. We're using one of the Bear's new master cylinders and adjustable proportion valve.
Wow.
It actually bolts to the master cylinder, and it basically looks like it's one piece when you bolt it all together. They offer a huge array of colors in those things, and they're just so really sweet.
Funny thing is, I'm going 30 right now. It feels like I'm going really fast.
Well, you are, but if you notice, no matter what speed you go, you're going 30.
Oh, okay. I was like, wow, why speed up, Craig? Like, what's going on? Okay, we'll just cut that
Again,
out.
this
We'll
is
cut that out.
this is one of the things when you build a truck, it's never done.
No, no, and that's sort of the fun of it. Like, people always get upset when they're built. Oh,
What?